Hello and welcome back to another episode of 40 Things That I Have Learned on My Road to Becoming 40. This is the last episode. A big thank you to all of you who have joined me on this journey. It's just been awesome to sit and to reflect. So with that said, let's jump right into it. So in my previous video, I spoke about how my husband threw me a surprise birthday party, and I was really surprised. Like, I suspected that he was up to something, but I could not have imagined that it was going to be that big. He just put so much effort and energy, and he was just so thoughtful with the way he put things together. And you know, when I first walked in the room and everyone yelled surprise, I just kind of glanced the room, and I was so overwhelmed because I saw faces of family and friends, and some friends who I had not seen in such a long time, and even family members that I hadn't seen in a long time. But as the night went on and I had a chance to interact with different individuals, I was just so overwhelmed with joy, and I realized, which is the lesson for today, the final lesson, is that I was created for relationship. I was created to be in a community. Like, everything that God has put in me, it's not just for me, and sometimes for those things to manifest, I need to be in community. I need to be in relationship, because I give and then I also receive. And as I reflected and just saw different individuals from just different seasons of my life, I realized that, you know what, I could have easily at certain points given up on certain relationships or played it safe. And I think sometimes people are unwilling to just really be in meaningful relationships. And I'm not just speaking about in terms of marriage, but I'm talking about friendship, and even with our family members, or, you know, those in our church. I think sometimes we can be guarded and we're present, but we're not really there. The people don't really know who we are because we don't want to be hurt. But I recognize that having deep, meaningful relationships, it's totally worth the risk. It's totally worth the pain that you sometimes will feel, because relationships can get messy. But again, as I was there that night, I was just thinking, like, wow, God, you knew that all of these people would be in my life at different seasons, and they all added something to my life. They all just helped me to become the person that I am now. And God used all of them at different times to encourage me, or to rebuke me, to push me forward, or to tell me slow down, to pray for me, to dance with me, to rejoice with me, to cry with me, just on and on and on and on. And I, again, am just going to end this final episode and just encourage you to not isolate yourself from relationships, to not dismiss the idea of having some form of community. It won't always look the same depending on the season of your life, and that's understandable. But the point is to not just lock yourself off and dismiss the idea of being in community and having deep, meaningful relationships. And of course, we know the greatest relationship, you know, we'll go there, right? The greatest relationship that we can have, the greatest person that we can be connected to, of course, is Jesus Christ. So I'm going to end there. And again, thank you for just coming along with me. All right, you be blessed.